What is up YouTube? I'm back and today we're gonna do a light and airy portrait shoot. And on this channel, I shoot with professional models across LA and we take you along for the ride. And you know how you're only supposed to show your best photos? We don't do that here. We try to show everything as much as possible so everyone can learn. If you're interested in that kind of content, go ahead and check out the other videos on this channel, see if it's the kind of thing you like. So with that, let's go ahead and go into the location. So we're here in Pasadena, California in this beautiful garden, Arlington Garden. It's actually kind of a simple place, but we're gonna go show you. Well, let's go ahead and check it out. Still have about an hour for the model to show up. We're waiting for the sun to come down. What I'm looking for is a good lighting scheme, and I've scouted out parts of this before where the sun comes down in about an hour at the right angle. But what I'm really looking for is a little bit of separation from the background to the model. And at the same time, I kind of want a good color scheme in the background. In this case, most of what we see is actually kind of green, which is a little bit more green and kind of a wet, saturated green than you usually see in Southern California. But what I'm gonna do in editing, I'm actually gonna push it a little bit more towards yellow. So in this place, it's a public area, and it's actually, I think, a private area being taken care of by a place, but they open up to the public. And so there's gonna be a lot of other people. This is sort of the game when you're not like shooting in a professional set. You gotta work with like the public and be respectful. And this might be okay. If we go ahead and take a look right down here, this might be okay because there's a ton of separation back there. The only thing I don't like is like the stump of that palm tree just coming up really harsh. But we're gonna see what it looks like. Right here, there's this arch right here that honestly, most of the shots, it probably won't show up in the shots. But I like the way it's kind of blocking the light and it's controllable. For the model, what we're asking her to do is actually come in with just one outfit. It's gonna be a little bit on the lighter side. I believe it's sort of off-white, but she's also gonna have a top. By having just one layer on, she can actually take it off and suddenly we have two kind of different looks. And on a set like this, we're trying to move fast and there's no real place to change. So it's gonna be a good idea, I think. This is less than like 20 seconds from the previous location. I could kind of see how it would be that we can actually have some foreground elements. Once we get to this place, it's much more open. I do want like a backup option. That's one thing I'm always looking for. Sometimes I don't take the best location. If I only have a small crew, I take like a location that has a really good backup spot.
Hi everybody, my name's Imani. So I started modeling 8 years ago. I kind of just like fell into it. Everyone kept saying, oh, you look, a lot of people say I look like Tyra Banks. I get that a lot. And so I was like, well, okay, I guess I fell in love with it and I'm still doing it now.
I forgot the reflector, but we're gonna make do with a car reflector if we need to.
I have one.
She has her own reflector. All right, we're gonna go ahead and set them and see how that looks. Can you actually scoot a little bit to this end? It looks like the sun is coming in just at an angle and it hasn't gone low enough so it can hit all sides of the bench. There you go. Nice. And we're gonna have a few looking away. We are using a 50 to 140 millimeter, so it's a long lens for a Fuji. And so most things are gonna be pretty flat. I do think that for the light and airy kind of portraits, that usually works a little better because the flare comes out a little bit more. All right. Oh, great, right there. With the back shot.
I'm originally from Washington, DC, and then from college, I started modeling, just doing like little photo shoots here and there, and I fell in love with it. And I started with like my first runway show, and I was hooked, basically. I often end up doing fit modeling. Fit modeling is gonna be when you go in and you try on the garments and then you let them know like if something doesn't fit right. I don't get to be in front of the camera as much as I would like these days.
I want to give a tip for like some of the newer photographers. If you're really like nervous, especially working with a new model, and you don't know like any suggestions for posing, in this case, usually you just want a model who can pose like Imani, and then you don't have to do any of the work. But we're gonna pretend if we wanted something, I go on the internet and I just literally grab some screenshots, and these are for inspiration. Don't try to like literally copy it. I don't want her to stare at it too long. I just want her to get an idea so we could just make it up. whatever she does is the real like version we want. So pretending, I'm gonna give her like a second or two, and that's it. I don't want her to copy it. We're just gonna pretend what she comes up with, and I think it's gonna work great. Perfect. Love this. So cute. Oh, this is really cute. Love it. And 3, 2, 1, and cut. Her smile is so bright. I love it. So we're gonna put on a layer, and it's gonna be like adding a whole different look. If you need to run and gun, having one outfit, but getting 2 quick looks out of it. All right, we're gonna see how this goes. Oh wow, this is so cute. I love it. Love that smile. Go ahead and I love. Can you give me that big smile again one more time? Nice. Love that. Very cool. I love her smile. And go ahead and great. Bring it square off with me on this last one, and then F. And we 3, 2, 1. We got it.
Like for working with new photographers, I love seeing their different styles, like just seeing how they can capture something in a totally different way. So it's really nice to work with new people. When someone actually has a direction that they want and like a feeling of like their vibe and stuff, I like to take direction well. Like it feels good to know like they have a vision too. So it's good to actually have like a photographer tell you like, hey, can you try this or try something? It's always good to try new things. So it's good. Yeah.
This location is only about 20 seconds from the last location. The background is far away from her, and so we know we're gonna get a lot of like a lot of the background's gonna blur out from the bokeh. And that's it. We've talked enough. Let's go and get shooting. Love it. Can you go ahead and lean on that with your shoulder a little bit? Yeah, there we go. Kind of want her to make contact with it just because it matches what we're going for. I kind of want some of the plants and leaves to kind of actually blend into her, if that makes sense. Oh, and now we're just gonna change by having her take off the jacket, and we're trying a new look. We have it around the same location. Great. Half body. We got it. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and have you on this side. Let's see what happens. And then a little bit, and this one, a couple of these small smiles, almost no smile, and then almost like Candace, like you just noticed me. I love it. There was a couple of times when she hit this really great look and I wasn't able to get the shot because I was still framing up with the sun in my eyes. Don't be afraid if you're a beginner to go ahead and ask for the same setup. So in this case, I'm asking her to put her back onto the railing. And we are wrapped on this location. We're just gonna go ahead and move in and see what we can get. So this is just one of my personal kind of preferences. When I ask someone to sit down, I often ask the model to kind of sit just on the edge, like their butt's just on the edge. It's almost like more work, like they're not actually letting the furniture do the work of like propping them up. But that's the way it looks. That I think it looks good on camera. Just my personal thing. I see that there's a lot of greenish behind her. Love it. Right now. And hold. And then I'm going to talk to you about this. Normally, I wouldn't let the model know this, but right now the light is really harsh on her. So I'm actually, what I normally do is just go ahead and take a couple shots and then we work it towards another location. In this case, she knows that I completely screwed up. Pocket of light, please. Shrubs and plants behind her. I love this. Oh, this is great. Gorgeous. It's too hard to accommodate me. Awesome. And this is going to be a little bit more conceptual, and it's less in the line of usually what we do. So I'm going to show her. So we're just going to do a couple of those. We got the safety shots that we need. Now we're just going to play an experiment. All right. Love it. Awesome. Awesome. Great. This is working out great. Let's have a couple of eyes off for the rest of these. Throughs. I'm gonna shoot this with the foreground, but I'm gonna blur it out with the long lens, and then I'm gonna focus on her. So then this kind of adds a little bit of depth. Oh, there he goes. So single point. So I'm going to single point. I'm gonna lock onto one part of her face, and then I'm gonna recompose. All right, we're back in the game. Love it. And 3, 2, 1, and I think we got it. That is a wrap. So guys, that was a really great shoot. We got, there were no surprises on the shoot for once. We got the location down, we scouted it out, we had the outfit, we knew what it looked like ahead of time. And Imani, well, I know like her looks, she's very versatile. I've seen her Instagram as part of the portfolio kind of deal. You guys tell me what you think of the shoot. The light and airy look, what you guys think of it, and then what kind of look you guys prefer and how you might edit something like this. If you guys like this kind of content, make sure you check out the rest of the channel, see if it's the kind of content and videos you like, and then give me a subscribe. It helps out the algorithm a ton. I'm gonna put Imani's contact information, but Imani, what's the best way to contact you for work?
You can contact me through Instagram, and my email's on there as well.
Imani, that was a really great shoot. Thank you so much. Guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you guys keep shooting out there too. I will see you guys next time.
Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind. Water's getting deep now.